Parsons, and Renee, Prince Philip, our buyer, for evening, had met her at an event at Parsons, and she was getting rave reviews from everyone. And Renee just fell in love with her collection and felt that, it should be something in Neiman Marcus. So, and obviously we have, that rich history of, finding new and emerging talent, on the scene. So, discovering those ones to watch here. So, right now her things are exclusive to Neiman's and Bergdorf, so, very thrilled to have her here. So, and as we've been adding evening into our collection this past spring season, we weren't even officially bought for evening, and the collections that we've received were just things that Renee had brought into our store, so they weren't even bought specifically for us. And we have the 8th largest volume in the entire company for the spring season and evening, which is just absolutely phenomenal. So, Renee is, as she's looking and finding things, in the market, she's looking at, very closely at us and what we can do. So, it's very exciting to have, something new and emerging like this. So, it's really important that you, reach out. I know a lot of our people are out of town and everything, but, email pictures, get, and let people know what it's about and that. So I'll introduce Fabiola. So welcome.
Thank you so much. Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so honored and flattered to be here. I actually graduated from Parsons 2 years ago, and I knew I always wanted to have my own line. So I started 8 months before graduating, thinking that I better get something going if this was what I was going to do. And I had interned for Narciso Rodriguez and Marc Jacobs during my time in school, but those internships allowed me to experience and really learn from them, but I realized that I really wanted to work for myself. So I just started to contact buyers and press and just really tried to pitch my line to stores. And Ikram in Chicago was the first who picked up my line my senior year at Parsons. And it was really well received. And then I met Renee through a professor, Renee Prince Philip. I met her through a professor, and slowly she started buying a few of my pieces, and then she started to buy the collection, and then finally now it's like I'm really starting to build relationships with the different Neiman's location. And she actually placed this dress in the March 2010 catalog cover. And a little bit about my work and my aesthetic. My background is actually in fine art. It's in painting and in sculpture. So you notice that there's a really there's a big use of texture throughout all of my pieces. Something that's really important to me is surface treatment and color and how to use color. Ever since I was little, I've been in art school, so I've been taking painting classes and sculpture classes. So I've always been working with my hands. And then when I got to high school, I was able to go to a school where it had painting and fashion design. So I was able to incorporate the two mediums, and I was really interested in just working with my hands and creating these new textures and just seeing what would come out of them. And while I was painting and developing my painting style, I was using very thick brush strokes with oil paint. And that idea turned into this kind of embroidery that you see in the two pieces over there and here, with the little organza squares and the ombre effect. So I wanted to create this texture that looked like paint strokes. It's also very much inspired by nature. I always look to anything in nature as inspiration. Like this gown, for example, was inspired by a goddess in the ocean in the religious cult of Santeria, a reference that I used for a collection a couple seasons ago. And I was interested in having the dress look as if the woman had just emerged from the ocean and she had like all this seaweed and like leaves and vines all entangled around her. So my inspirations are very whimsical and painterly. And the nice thing about these pieces is that they're really light. They're very lightweight. I don't use heavy foundations. I don't like them to be very fussy. I want them to be more comfortable. Here we have one look, and it's a variation of one of the pieces here. And it's a white, black ombre cocktail dress. And the nice thing about this piece is that it's a very classic silhouette. It's very feminine, it's very flattering, and it could be worn by all ages. And the nice thing also is the texture. It's what makes it interesting, the color gradation. Thank you very much. So my price point ranges from $1,100 to $5,200. This dress specifically being $3,100. And you're going to be receiving the fall collection soon. We have another dress here.
This is stunning. Look at that.
This is a nice caramel brown cocktail dress. It's the same silhouette with different kind of detailing and use of embroidery, just kind of trickles down lightly as if just fading away. And I love this color. It's a color you don't really see that much, but it can be so feminine. It looks beautiful on you. Thank you. I would love to answer any questions if you have any. But Renee started, like I said, she placed this dress on the cover in March of 2010, and then she saw my spring 2011 collection. She purchased 21 pieces, and then she purchased 48 pieces for fall, which I'm so excited about. And everything is made in New York. A lot of it is handmade. And it's really about understanding the construction of it. And I'm so happy that I could come here today.
Cute.
This is such a great little baby doll dress. It's the sister of this one in the turquoise. And it's just such a nice color. It has such vibrancy and light that it could just look beautiful in any skin tone. Thank you. Yes.
I know there's one suit, or looks like there's a suit here. Is there many fabrics?
Not that many. I've noticed that what really sells in my collection are my cocktail dresses. So, but this is something that I've sold to private clients of mine. Again, my use of texture and my interest in developing textures is prevalent here. This is actually a chiffon, and it's cut into all of these little strips on the bias and then individually sewn on, and then with a hairbrush just kind of beat at it to get this fraying effect. Yeah. And an important thing to know is that the fabrics don't come like this. We really develop them to be like this. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of people think it's mohair from far away.
Yeah.
But it's, it's chiffon. The fabulous things that you could do with silks, just regular
They're looking
silks.
for this. They're really looking for this. Something with sleeves or something gorgeous.
Great, great. And also, an important thing to know is that all of these can be produced in different colors and obviously different lengths. And we have another version of the cocktail dress in a neon green, which again, it's a color, but it's exciting. It's fun. It's interesting to look at, and she looks so happy in it.